with us now as we take you on a journey from the heart of Melbourne to the final frontier of outback Australia.
Over 4 episodes, we'll take you through country Victoria, along the mighty Murray River, and further north into New South Wales, into the true heartland of the continent.
So pack your bags and jump in with us for an adventure on the road to Broken Hill.
This land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under.
G'day and welcome to the show. Now today is the first of a 4-part journey from Campbellfield here in Victoria through to Broken Hill in New South Wales.
And it's all been brought to you thanks to our great mates at Billabong Caravans, Universal Caravans, and the very busy G&S Chassis.
Come on, jump in with us. Come along as we show you what's up down under. Well, you wouldn't get this close to the largest independent chassis manufacturer in Australia without taking a bit of a peek, would you?
So let's go and have a look around.
As the biggest independent chassis manufacturer in the country, G&S offer one of the largest approved service centre networks in the nation to ensure peace of mind. They also invest thousands of dollars into product research to maintain a state-of-the-art reputation, as well as reinvesting into their family business to stay on top of their game. G&S continues to invest in the caravan industry with its sponsorship of the Caravan Industry Association and feature regularly at industry shows. G&S chassis are made with Australian-made steel, and with a recent addition of both robotic painting and welding services to their assembly line, you can rest easy knowing that they're producing a quality product whilst firmly looking ahead to the future. Other than their own control rider suspension systems, G&S offers the widest range of on- and off-road suspension in the market and can be tailored to suit any requirement that you desire. As well as fitting all the top brands, they also offer a fully equipped service and upgrade centre that is second to none, and have worked hand in hand with their customers since their inception in 1975 to ensure the best chassis solutions.
After going through the tour and through the factory, I realised that the chassis is a really important part. It's like the foundation. If you're going to build a really great house, you've got to have a really good foundation.
And a caravan is absolutely no different. So it really struck me yesterday that what G&S do, they take very seriously, they stand behind that product, and they're about building a foundation for caravans, people's pride and joy that they're investing their money in to go and explore Australia. If you don't get it right then, you're never going to get anything right. It is the grassroots of what becomes your RV.
Well, Macca, after that very special personal tour, I have got a great new appreciation for what's actually underneath a caravan.
Oh, it is the basis for anything good that you tow down the road, and the hospitality continues because the guys behind G&S have just invited us to the family farm at Kyneton to talk more about them and what it is they do. Come on.
So just like that, we're off on another adventure. We hooked up the Universal and the Billabong and headed on down the road to our next destination.
Well, as promised, the hospitality has continued and we've just rocked up at the family farm.
And there's not a cow in sight. In fact, 10,000 olive trees instead.
That's because these guys are not only the largest independent chassis manufacturer in Australia, they also make their own olive oil.
And the boys have offered to show us around, so why don't we go and have a look?
Good idea. I thought a really good thing for our first day on this trip was to go and camp at the family farm, the family that owns G&S Chassis, which gave us an opportunity to meet them and really get to know them in a nice laid-back atmosphere.
Oh yeah, the farm was amazing. The family farm, the generosity and the kindness from the family just continued up at their farm. And the tour through their beautiful olive oil factory, that was amazing too. I'd never seen olive oil being made before.
And what I saw emerge was this team. Doesn't matter what they're doing, doesn't matter whether they're growing olives or processing olives, making olive oil, or whether they're making chassis. They've all got their place. You know, you can see the administration people emerging out of the family and the production people and the sales people. It was all there, and I guess that really sort of struck me to say, this is a formidable team. They are made to do this, and it's absolutely no wonder that they do such a good job because they just work so well together. Well, I wasn't expecting to see that at the family farm.
Neither was I, but I tell you what, I can't wait to sit around the campfire tonight and sample some of it.
Let's go and give the guys a hand with dinner and see if we can't splash a little bit of that oil about.
Sounds good.
A couple of things I love about this. Number one, we're not cooking dinner, Rob is.
Yeah.
But this place in general, how good is it? Now, these guys get to go out, they build chassis for caravans, they still love the caravans themselves, they've got their own place here to use them. The kids are going off. There you go,
Jeez.
Rob. Get that
Thank
in
you.
mate.
That looks pretty great, Rob. And
Yeah.
I've got to say, you have got, it's like heaven on earth here. It's what a spot.
Yeah, we've had it for 18 years. My late father bought it 18 years ago, then got all his irrigation all right and all that, and planted 10,000 trees. Yeah, we've been coming for 18 years. The kids love it. They ride their bikes, have fun. We camp out, get a bit of the lifestyle.
I just got to cut back to this for a sec because that looks pretty good. What are you cooking there, Rob?
It's a lamb gyros. We marinated it all, let it soak for overnight, wrapped it up in the foil so it cooks all the way through. Leave it there for a couple of hours, and we can take it off and just crisp it up.
Oh, yeah, my mouth's watering.
I know.
Do you rub it with cotton olive oil?
Yeah, we'd marinate it with a bit of cotton olive oil, let it soak in.
Yeah. Oh, we'll come back in a couple of hours and get into it, hey?
See you then.
Okay. Macca, that looks so good.
Outstanding. Rob, you reckon it's ready, mate?
I'll have a taste and see how it is.
All right then, I'm not going to knock you back on that offer. I would give it to you, but I think there's every opportunity for you to try it over there. All right, that is sensational. Why don't we get it over there and get it into the family?
That's it.
I was thinking about it afterwards. The boys at G&S Chassis, they work really hard. You know, it's pretty much 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, pretty much, right? And for them to be able to pack up the family, head to the family farm, the kids get out on the motorbikes and the quad bikes, and they're there to run around and have a good time. The food comes out, the family's all there together, and it's wonderful that they've got such a great place to go to where they can unwind, recalibrate, and just get back to what's really important in life.
Mate, forget about it. There is no point in booking a holiday and going out to, you know, even flying overseas and going to Bali or something. You just go to a caravan park, get the scooters out, get the bikes out. They got a pool, they're wrapped.
Yeah, with these kids today, no one's had to do anything with them. They have just occupied themselves, they've got their group of friends, and off they go, while mum and dad are doing what they want to do. You know, and I think that's what a lot of people miss. This is the pastime that actually occupies the whole family, and it's good, wholesome family time. Spending time together, you know. The kids are starting to come in now, ready for feed, and you sit around the fire, have a laugh. When they're tired, they go to bed. Mum and dad stay up a bit later. Everyone kicks a goal.
The reason why people get into caravanning is, I'm telling you, it's just you get to actually relax and enjoy your holiday. That's it.
Coming up after the break, Macca has a chat to Sal from G&S about the history of the company before we pack up camp and head to Bendigo.
What's up down under?
Over the next 4 weeks of our journey, I'm going to be having a chat to Sal from G&S Chassis about the history of the company. This week, we ask him how it all got started. So, G&S Chassis, long history. How did it all start?
Well, Dad come to Australia a while back, you know, and he always wanted to work for himself in Italy, but he never had the opportunity. So him and his younger brother decided to after a few years they were here, just decided to start their own business. One of his younger brothers was actually working in the chassis place at the time, and Dad was working there after hours, you know, cleaning some vans and stuff, so they picked up how to build chassis and got to know how a chassis is built. And they decided to start from there. They didn't want to be the worker anymore, they wanted to be the bosses, you know. So they started from there.
Well, they certainly became the bosses, didn't they? I mean, the name G&S is just huge in the caravan RV industry in Australia.
Yes.
When did it actually start to sort of hit its straps? When did they sort of think, hang on, we just created a bit of a monster here?
Well, I say about 25 years ago, it started to create, the G&S branding sort of created a brand name, and before then it was plodding along and it was running and it was doing what it had to do. It always maintained quality and service and doing the right thing by their customers. But after that, more, younger ideas and more innovation and more stuff and more engineering, and just brought it to the next level.
As day broke over the olive trees in Kyneton, we began packing up the vans in preparation for the day's journey. To get things started, Giovanni from G&S gave a few professional tips.
Paint on, Chris.
Yeah,
It's good to put them across one another so it acts like a basket if that breaks. See, you just put a cable tie here for safety so the latch doesn't come undone.
While I provided some much less helpful information. There's a battery. They're a handy device. They store electricity, and once you've stored the electricity in this device, you can take it back out again and make beer cold in a thing called a refrigerator.
And with that valuable information under our belts, we said goodbye to the family farm and headed an hour north up the road to the iconic town of Bendigo and the beautiful Bendigo Park Lane Holiday Park. I always look forward to arriving at a new caravan park. It takes me back to when I was a kid growing up with my mum and dad and touring with my family around Australia. And the Bendigo Park Lane Holiday Park is no exception to the rule. I'm excited to be here and there's lots to see, so let me show you around. Some of the fantastic facilities at this caravan park include a giant jumping cushion, swimming pool and spa, a 4-level indoor play centre, pedal go-karts and games room, undercover barbecue facilities, fully equipped camp kitchen and communal fire pit for everyone to enjoy. And there's heaps of accommodation options from non-powered to powered sites and all sorts of cabins with great facilities. Well, I'm off to go and tidy up my caravan so I can show you guys a little later in the program. But let's go now and see what Macca is up to with the boys from G&S Chassis. I bet you it'll be fun.
Out to explore Bendigo with the boys from G&S Chassis, and we've stumbled across the True Brew Brewery. I'm going to duck in and do a little bit of work. I've asked the fellas just to occupy themselves if they can while I do it. Come on, fellas, let's go. When we got to True Brew, it was just really good timing. I had the guys from G&S with me, and they've just started wandering around. I got talking to Lockie, who's the owner, and next thing he says, I've actually got to put a brew down. You want to give me a hand? And it's not something that would happen most days, and I wasn't expecting it, but to get hands-on with him and go through the process, it was really interesting. I found out a lot of information about it and got to know the bloke too, so it really made for a good afternoon. What inspired this to kick off, mate? I mean, speaking of sitting around drinking beer, is that how it started?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's a classic sort of campfire story. Wanted to just sort of set up a business with the brother. We were going to set a sports store up and realised that we were probably no good at it. And then,
and you're not going to be able to drink beer at a sports store?
Yeah, you can't drink beer at a sports store, so it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. And got a fully licensed bar. Can't go wrong with that.
Mate, speaking of that fully licensed bar, my mates from G&S Chassis have taken a perch up there. I better get over and grab them before it gets out of control.
Time for a beer.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. All right, Macca, now that you're a brew master, I reckon it's time to hand over the finished product.
Look at that, mate. I don't think I've ever had a reward like this for such a hard day's work. Thanks very much, mate.
Pleasure.
Mate, I'm going to stick around here and do a little bit of quality control with Lockie. Why don't you catch up with Tania? She's going to show you the Billabong caravan. I'll see you soon.
I'm towing and staying in the Red Gum series of the Billabong Caravans touring range. Now, while it's built for the Australian robust landscape, it's got all of the creature comforts you'd expect, and that's what we want from Billabong Caravans. One of the benefits of Billabong Caravans is each caravan is individually handcrafted with only the highest grade materials available. The Red Gum series has 2 95-litre water tanks with galvanised protection, 2 9-kilogram gas bottles, roll-out awning, picnic table and 15-inch alloy wheels. The Red Gum series is a pretty classy looking van, from the white high-ribbed aluminium cladding, the double glazed windows to the silver checker plate front and sides. But that's just the outside. I know you guys are keen to see what's inside. And the class continues inside. Just check out this interior. And this is just one of the many colour schemes you can choose from Billabong Caravans. Some of the interior features of the Billabong include a stainless steel Swift mini grill, air command air conditioner, 3-way 184-litre Dometic fridge, and the kids get their own DVD player in each bunk with their own headphones. How good is that? This is a great family van. Not only does it have a queen bed, but 3 bunk beds, and the dining table also folds down to become another bed. So effectively, you could sleep 6 people pretty comfortably. And there's heaps of storage options, particularly under the bed. Billabong Caravans have a huge range, from budget to family, luxury touring, right through to off-road. So if you'd like to find out more about this van or any of their others, go to Billabong Caravans.
Coming up after the break, Tania takes a step back in time in Bendigo's history.
What's up down under?
I know you're getting excited because I'm excited, and I'm excited because it's the Windsor Corrimal 40th birthday celebration. And what a way to celebrate. Windsor and Corrimal Caravans are giving you the chance to win the awesome Windsor Silhouette XC pop-up camper trailer with awesome slide-out kitchen, 2 fold-out beds and off-road capability you could only dream of. But wait, there's more. The first 10 entries drawn will win a $250 Kamek gift voucher, and the following 10 valid entries drawn will win a $250 voucher from Family Parks. So get excited. This could be your greatest chance to get out and explore Australia. All you need to do is log on to the What's Up Down Under competitions page and don't think twice about it. Enter now because this competition is ending soon.
I have been to Bendigo on several occasions, touring, performing, doing shows and what have you, but I have never been to the Golden Dragon Museum. I can't believe it, it's such a beautiful place. And I'm here with Anita Jack, General Manager of the museum. And where are we sitting right now?
Here we're sitting in Year One Gardens, and a lot of people come here during their lunch break, just to have quiet time because we're in the central business district of Bendigo. So we get a lot of office workers actually that come out and sort of have their chill section in the Chinese gardens.
I can totally understand, it's such a beautiful place. The Golden Dragon Museum is just such a must-see when you come to Bendigo. In fact, I cannot believe I've been here so many times, touring and performing and travelling through town, and I've never been there. Well, it was such an eye-opener today, and there's more than just the fantastic Chinese displays of these amazing dragons. Like there's one there, it has 6,000 scales, 90,000 mirrors and 40,000 beads, and it took a year to make, and 6 people just worked on it for a whole year. And there it is, right here in Bendigo. You could just spend all day there. It's fascinating. Thank you so much, Anita. It's been absolutely beautiful being here, and I guarantee you guys, if you're thinking about coming to Bendigo, make sure you come and see the Golden Dragon Museum. Allow yourself plenty of time because it really is superb. Now let's go over and have a look what's happening with Kamek.
I love caravanning and I love the outdoors, but for some reason the outdoors doesn't always know its place. So I'm lucky the folks at Kamek have designed this innovative floor matting to keep the outdoors where it belongs. Most caravans feature elegant design, so Kamek floor matting has an attractive 2-tone weave with a warm non-slip finish. They've thought of everything. Not only does the close weave allow air to circulate while stopping insects from coming through, the breathable fabric ensures the underlying grass stays healthy. After all, we're just visiting, right? You won't need to buy new matting every year because Kamek floor matting is hemmed for extra strength. When it's time to leave, you just hose it down with water, pop it in this reusable carry bag and never worry about bringing the outdoors with you. You can find Kamek floor matting at a Kamek retail store or shop online by logging on to kamek.com. Kamek, go further.
Coming up after the break, Macca and I strike gold in the heart of Bendigo.
What's up down under?
This episode of What's Up Down Under is made possible by our great mates over at Universal Caravans. To find out all about their extensive range of caravans, just head to universalcaravans.com.au.
The accredited RV Map Key opens your chances to win a brand new Volkswagen. Simply purchase any RV Map accredited vehicle between now and June 23rd for your chance to win a Volkswagen Touareg valued at over $74,000. For more information on how to enter and why looking for the RV Map Key benefits you, just log on to letsgocaravanandcamping.com.au and follow the links. There are many caravan brands that are built on a G&S chassis. And G&S Chassis want to support caravanners with a chance to win $5,000 or $5,000 off your next caravan purchase with a participating manufacturer. So, for information on how to enter and get 100 bonus entries, go to whatsupdownunder.com.au and click on our competitions page. Request the best with G&S.
Bendigo was pretty much built on gold, so it only makes sense when you come to this town, you go and visit the Central Deborah Gold Mine.
Now, Javan from G&S Chassis is already inside organising a tour, so him and I can go underground and find out what it was like to work here back in the day. What are you going to get up to?
Well, while you guys are below ground, I think I'll check out what's above the ground.
That's a good idea, let's do that.
The Central Deborah Gold Mine was really amazing. Again, I've driven past it 1,000 times but never gone in, so today we got to actually pull up the car, go in, have a look around. And while Macca and some of the crew headed down and had a look underground, I explored what was on top, and wow, that was fascinating.
The Central Deborah Gold Mine. I mean, what a great operation, you know, the smiles on the faces when you get there. And these people are absolutely passionate about showing you what they have, and what they have is genuine. Now, the best way to get around and have a good look at the place and learn about the history is to grab a tour guide, which I've done today. Lucky day for me, I've got Ken, because Ken is a tour guide and the mine advisor. Ken, what are we likely to see here today?
What you're going to see here is a genuine, authentic gold mine that was operating in the 1940s and 50s. So it's all the original stuff that we've got here from back in the old days.
And that was the backbone of Australia, the gold mining days in Australia. It's what put us on the map, literally. To go in there and see how they used to do it in the old days, it was very cool, yeah.
Okay, Macca, the only way to break the rock is, because it's 5 to 7 times harder than concrete, is to drill holes in there with a rock drilling machine, put explosives in the holes and blast the rock apart.
Mm-hmm. And don't we all love blowing stuff up?
We do love blowing stuff up.
And I think every Australian should walk through that place, check it out.
You'd be missing out if you don't.
Well, we've had an absolute ripper time on the first leg of our journey from Kilmore to Broken Hill, and it's all been thanks to our great mates at G&S Chassis, Universal Caravans and Billabong Caravans.
But make sure you come and join us again next time, because we're going to be hitting the Murray River, exploring Echuca and Swan Hill. So come along then as we show you
what's up down under.
What's up down